Where's the remote? Found it.
Turn off the lights.
All right.
Did you grab the drinks?
Yeah, I got them.
Okay, I'm making the popcorn.
It's starting. Come on.
All right. Okay, I'm here. Hit the button. Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Gianna. And welcome to the We Watch It All podcast.
Podcast? Did you come
Where
off
we
the Boston
watch it
trip?
all and give you our opinions.
AKA the opinions no one ever asked for.
And before we get into this, little update. If you've been sorry, that was creepy. I choked a little bit at the end. If you've been following...
Why are you doing the creepy voice again?
I'm trying to whisper, but not talk too
Oh, okay, I get it. I know where we're at.
If you following... God, help me. If you've been following...
Our neighbors moved in!
If you've been following our update about us getting potential neighbors, we've gotten them, and they have a little child who's... Woo, she's a screamer.
But it's okay.
Yeah, well...
We're not going to be those crumpy old ladies.
I don't put it past myself to complain about a child.
I know, but we're going to try not to be those grumpy old ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yay. I love children.
No, I didn't say you had to go that far. I just...
Well, I'll tell you right now, my cat does not love children. Mm-hmm. As far as we know right now, we think they have left for the day. So we're going to be a little, let's talk it back up here. Let's not whisper. Because you know what, quite frankly, it's not our fault that your bed is next to where we do our podcast. Boo-hoo.
Okay, can we get on with this?
Yes, so today we're going to be covering She-Hulk Episode 7, The Retreat.
I thought this was a cute one.
Oh, yeah. Just something fun. I think that's really She-Hulk's premise of this show. It's just something
here's
fun.
the thing.
But it gives you
but it gave you information.
Yeah.
Last week's wedding, not so much
I
information.
think the whole purpose of it was just to be just to interrupt the flow of the show.
Why?
Because that's what a wedding episode is.
I know, but why do you got to do that? You don't need to interrupt anything.
Because that's the whole point of the show. It's very meta. So, if you follow us on Instagram, you might have saw that we posted, do you think Daredevil's going to show up this week?
No.
He did not. we'll just go right ahead into that.
No. Not at this one. He didn't go to no retreat with her.
No, as soon as I saw it was the retreat, I just knew that he was not going to show up instantly. As soon as I realized, she's staying here, no. This is not the episode. I feel like I might have to sneeze at one point in this episode, so just be ready.
Okay. I have a different chair set up. I hope it works.
This is our 4th chair setup, probably, in the whole show.
Well, here's the thing. Last week during the edit session, I was asked about 20 times, do you really move your feet that much? And I responded, yes, I do. I move my feet that much.
Listen, sitting next to her, there are sometimes I can noticeably hear right now, I can hear her feet going shh, 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 back and forth. But I was editing. I'm like, I don't even remember her swinging those feet so much. She's not even that short that your feet should be hanging off a chair.
No, but they get restless and I move them a lot. So I was told that I was going to be, I think, taped down, locked down. There's a lot of downs in the chair.
She is. Her ankles are actually taped.
No, they're not.
She's actually hanging from the ceiling like Dracula in a coffin
but
right now.
I do have my legs up on a chair, so they can't be scraped across the floor.
So let us know if this would give us a 5-star instead of a 4.5.
We'll have to figure out some other way to shuffle my feet around to Buffalo. But don't worry. Sissy's on the floor on the cardboard, so there's bound to be some of that going on. And my boy is asleep in the cutest possible way.
He's got a microphone. He might share some of his own thoughts over there, maybe.
He's so cute. He's asleep like a good angel. Because I think his eye's bothering him. But anyway.
Yeah, let's get into this. Yeah. Because this episode we just have a little bit, but we have a big night ahead of us. Us too.
Okay.
Good heavens. All right. So we start with a montage of Jen going on these dates with Josh, who she met last week in the wedding episode. Which, see, now you can't say that the whole wedding episode was kind of pointless because it's set up for the whole Josh
I know, to meet him. No,
Hello?
I'm not. No, sorry. I'm not saying that it was pointless. What I'm saying is, it just obviously this gave a lot more context to a lot more things that were going on. Okay, someone's scratching me up.
Sissy.
But
she huffed. She huffed down there.
Of course she did. She huffed some puffs and she's going to blow the ottoman down. So, no, my thing is, you automatically knew. Come on. We knew something
last week, yeah, we said that.
Something was going to go on with Joshy Josh. We knew this was not going to be just a happy, let's give her a boyfriend and let's everything be all sweet and kind. And it was a cute little repeated day kind of montage.
Like, yeah, you see it like, going one step further and one step further, which I will... She is just so simply rude to me. This is my cat. You want me to bring a child in here? I don't think you did, because you were perturbed today with that kid screaming in the hall. See? There you go. Well, I actually noticed, so I'm just gonna jump quickly to the end, just so you know. Josh ends up, we see that he's kind of working with the Hulk King. Hulking? I don't really know, because it's spelt hulking, but hulking is like a whole character in the comments, but I don't think this is hulking. I think this is meant to say Hulk King, like the king of the Hulks. I'm gonna bring a kid in here. I'm so serious, sis.
Oh my god, I thought you were saying Hulk King.
Hulk King.
Yeah, like, hi, I'm a Hulk and I'm a king.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. Hulk King. I don't think it's hulking. Like, I'm hulking out. How
Do you think there's a King Hulk?
Now she's eating dry foods. No, I just think that's what, I don't know. Like, maybe this person's trying to become the king of the Hulks.
I wasn't confused till just now.
Oh, okay. We'll have to discuss this more with this Hulk King. I do have one of my questions.
I was accepting the fact that she was using that as a verb, and I was making okay with it.
No, she was saying, yes, you're hulking out. But I think Hulk King is like a person. There's always a Hulk with a crown.
That's my point, is I'm saying, like, I was okay with her using hulking, because it's not as a verb, but now you're just messing it up after I've just come to the acceptance that it could be a different word. I know she's using it that way, but
she's using hulking, but this other person's using Hulk King. But he ends up working for Hulk King, and if you actually watch during the dates, I think it's like maybe the second date night, you can see that she like looks like she's gonna like, it's the one where she goes back to go get him. Yeah. You kind of see like she like looks, and when she goes inside, he kind of looks like annoyed or like thrown off that she didn't let him in, which I noticed, and I was kind of like, oh, that's weird. And then, now that I've seen the end of the episode, it's like, yeah, because he was probably just trying to get her blood and DNA as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Without having to, like, really drag it out, I guess you could say.
I'm just wondering how he got blood out of her without her knowing that. That's not that easy to do.
Yeah, I don't know. Because, well, so we also see him copy
like
her
DNA, phone. DNA, yes, but
because he could have taken anything from like her house that would have had her DNA.
But how? But again, that's not
blood. Like she wouldn't have felt like a prick or.
No, yeah. I mean, come on now. But that's what I'm saying. Like, how are you getting Hulk DNA? Because it's not the same as Jen's, is it?
See, that's interesting because.
Like, don't you think it changes and it becomes something different?
Because when she is Jen, she can get drunk, and when she's not
that's what
Jen,
I'm saying, like, everything's
so yeah,
different.
I wonder. So maybe that would be like the luck. Like it doesn't actually like they get it to the lab and they realize, oh crap, it's two totally different people. Maybe like in a sense, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe we're missing something. So if we are, you can let us know. We also hear from Nikki that she's nominated for the Female Lawyer of the Year, which is...
But now, is it Jen or is it She-Hulk? See, they really didn't address that one either.
She showed a picture and it was Jen's, like, lawyer picture. But I'm sure she'll get there and realize it's She-Hulk. But there is footage from the trailer, which I think came out... Sissy?
No, let's just keep going. She stopped.
She is just something other than rude, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
All right, no, what I was going to say was, it's from the footage from, like, the first ever trailer that came out for She-Hulk. You see her in this, like, silver dress getting out of, like, a limo. And there's, like, the flashing. So I think that's going to be the gala episode, obviously. Okay. I think we're definitely going to see her.
How many are left?
2. I think there's only 8 and 9. So
maybe that's next week, and then Daredevil is, like, the following?
You saved that for my last question at the end where we're going to theorize. All right? You saved that idea. But yeah, I think obviously we're definitely going to see this Female Lawyer of the Year award happen. Oh my God, that was so sad. Yeah, it was, sis. You all right? With all this going on, we also see her struggling with not getting a text back from Josh after they had slept together when he got the DNA, like we were saying. And we see her get a call from this guy named Chuck, who is actually
Yeah, I didn't get
Blonsky's
his name. I just
parole. I
had him as Blonsky's
listen. If you've been
parole
watching
officer.
our Andor/Rogue One stuff, you know they never say anybody's names. So as soon as I heard the guy go, "Hey, it's me, Chuck," I didn't get his last name, but as soon as I heard him say Chuck, I wrote Chuck,
At least
and
they
then I
put the names
wrote
down.
from there.
Yeah, I thought that whole thing was a little odd. That someone like him, they're not going to send like a squad out to him.
Well,
They're going to
yeah.
let the parole officer. I mean, granted, I know she's Hulk, and his lawyer go up there to check on him.
He said that. Well, like his inhibitor went off, so he's like, they think he's gonna be like Abomination now, and he said they have not enough people to go out with him though, or something like that. I thought that's what they said.
Yeah, it was something.
So
of that nature.
he said he wants her to obviously come because she can turn into like Hulk and take him down if need be. But once they get up to his retreat, Blonsky says that he got shocked by an electric fence trying to get his favorite chicken, and that's probably what short-circuited it.
I'm not really sure.
Well, let me say
Because,
this. After we see the one guy...
He was sitting there, he almost looked drunk. Like, did you see?
I think it was more just like, I think he was more trying to be like so relaxed that he almost felt like drunk. I think that's probably what they were trying to do.
It was really weird.
But one of the guys there who's in the group, what the hell's his name?
I don't know which one.
The Matador guy? I don't know how to say his name. Aguilar. Okay. The one guy, Aguilar, who is, he says he's not like a matador, but that's what they're working through is his identity issues. He actually, in the group meeting later on in the episode, he pulls out his sword and it has electricity in it, which makes me think that Blonsky's inhibitor went off probably with that inhibitor.
Yeah, because he said to him, "We told you you're not allowed to use that."
So that's my theory. Now, I don't know if I still think it's something like as far as like actually bad, but maybe he just didn't want to get that guy in trouble, so he just lied.
Why wouldn't he say, see the parole officer? Why wouldn't he say, "Okay, show me the fence"?
Yeah, or like we have to fix this fence.
In the real world, people would be like, they're not just going to take your word for it. They'd be like, well, let me see where this electric fence is, where the chickens and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and
so
try to like
I just
replace
thought that
it or
was,
something.
yeah.
Interesting. That was a little weird, but I'm sure either something will come for it or probably nothing.
Or, like you said, he didn't want him to know that he had these guys up there work, because he never said what the retreat was going to be for to the parole.
I think it was just like I don't know. I think he just said like soul searching.
Yeah, he didn't say like he was going to have villains come up there and be the ones soul searching. So I think that was the maybe what, like you said, he was trying to not
keep
draw
these
attention
like
to
criminals.
himself. Because that is a weird one. Like, I feel like he's serious.
Yeah, well,
but I do. Know.
I that's one of the things I want to theorize once we finish recapping is Emil and all that stuff. And when Jen goes to leave, how did I just say it? I can't even remember how I just said it. The guy's name.
Aguila and
Manbull. Yeah,
they come out of nowhere like fighting. I thought they were because you didn't realize what it was. I thought they were like villains that like just showed up
to like attack Jen.
Or her or Blonsky or something, and they were just quite comical.
Yeah, they're part of his retreat, and they end up destroying her car, and she finds out that the tow truck will not be there till later that day, which this seems like the longest day ever.
I know.
Or like the sun didn't like go down or at all, so I don't know how early she got there, because she was like, I spent half of my day there. And then it looks like she spends a significant amount of time, and the sun still has not quivered from being like at peak sunshine, in my opinion. I don't know though. I'm just saying. I was like, that is weird, but I'm sure it was just like,
I mean, I think they were trying to show her how she needed to slow down, stop being so needy, because I felt really bad. She is so desperate to have someone love her, like for who she is, that like she'll just like hang on every little thing. It's very sad. What? So Emil convinces her to stay, to get off her phone, stop, maybe take this as a lesson. Like sometimes things come to you for a reason, which clearly we learn in the end they do. They kind of help her work through this, even though she is getting screwed over by this guy, sadly. She sets out to find, like, I didn't understand that either, because she like set out walking and it made it look like she walked for miles and miles and miles and miles, only to find this house like that seemed like it was right on the
Well,
property.
I think she was just walking around everywhere trying to find like service, and then she ends up in.
She finds like a scrap of like something, but
yeah, a little spot in their group therapy. Like I guess it looks like a barn, kind of like
I think
a
it was
remodeled
like
barn.
Yeah, he had something in the back that said a bomb mast. I don't know what it was, but it was like looking like he was trying to combine his name with like paste. I don't know what it was.
He had another thing too that was like I saw in the back, like is it like truth is truth, and it had, like it was like his own quote, like he had posters of his own quote around too. So the group that she ends up walking in on is, I'm gonna try again, Aguilar, Manbull. Why did I write the guy's name twice? I wrote Amador, but that's the same guy. I think I was just putting his name until I found out the guy's actual name. Porcupine, and then Sarkin.
Sarkin, yeah.
Who thinks he's a vampire, which I'm gonna bet that he actually probably is a vampire, considering that Blade's coming so soon.
Yeah.
And we've also got stuff with like Loki confirming vampires and things like that, and the Werewolf by Night. Like, yeah, I just think the supernatural stuff. I think they're probably being like, that's not true, but he most likely is.
Sprinkling it in there a little bit here and there.
Yeah, like just like little stuff to prep you. So when Blade comes, you're not like, wait, there's like vampires and stuff in the MCU now? I think that's what this is, just to get you accustomed to it.
And then lo and behold, well, it's like weird. He's running like a group session.
Oh, sorry, I was drinking water.
Yeah, he's running like a group session with all of them.
Yeah.
And they're all sitting around like very normal. Like their discussions are very normal. And the fact that he's the one running it and actually kind of making headway with them, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, because when you listen to him talk, he's kind of like, trying to figure out like why they're doing certain things, and they call each other out on it. And then the best is the guy, which I don't know about that part either. The guy that jumped Jen at her apartment.
Yeah, with the Asgardian construction tools.
Yeah, he had long hair, and he had his hair down in that one. That guy is the guy that...
Wrecker is his name. I got it from the subtitles.
Yeah, I think so. He walks in the room, and she's just like, wait, what? And breaks the fourth wall. Yeah, breaks the fourth wall again, and goes... She's like, I hope they included this in the previously.
Yeah, I love that part. It was really good. Because she's like, okay.
Because they didn't, though,
No,
right?
they didn't. And then she was like, okay, so roll a previously on for this guy, because you probably don't remember. Which, at first, when I saw him come in,
I didn't know who he was either.
Wait, I don't really know who he is. And then she did the thing, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes more sense now. Yeah,
I had no idea who he was when she did that.
And then when they come back from the previously, she turns into She-Hulk and tries to, like, beat him up, but the group is kind of like, oh, he should explain himself, and she does give him the chance to, like, explain.
Yeah, but it was cute because obviously Manbull stacked all the chairs, and she threw him into the chairs, and he's like, I just did all that. I'm angry now. I need a whatever. And then Blonsky tells her that he needs her to sit in the calming chair immediately, which I thought was so funny, because I'm thinking him out of everyone is like putting people in a calming chair, and like it just it was quite comical.
Yeah, I think this episode is probably one of the best so far.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
If I'd say it's my favorite yet, but I'd say it's pretty high up there, because it's like the characters all
it's kind of funny.
Work very well with each other, I guess you could say.
I think so.
So the group ends up getting her to like kind of start talking about her feelings, and they end up because they kind of
circle.
Because they kind of say like, you'd rather just sit there and look at your phone and listen to us instead of talking about yourself. So they get her to like say what she had said to Josh, and they kind of come to the conclusion that he is most likely ghosting her, which obviously we now know is definitely true after seeing the ending. And she goes on to say that it's like really hard because she finally found somebody who likes her as just Jen and not She-Hulk, and now he like doesn't want to speak to her anymore.
And it was cute how upset they were getting over how upset she was getting and stuff, and they all went into their like villain mode.
Yeah, they like reverted back for a second. Like, we have to go hurt him.
We have to kill Josh. I think everybody, come on, let's go. We have to go kill Josh. And Emil's like, no, why don't we try to use some of the tools that I've been teaching you here? And they did. They worked through it with it, which was funny. We
appreciate you as well, like Jen. It's not just She-Hulk. and they end up getting her to convince to delete Josh's number, which it's very quickly when they showed up. But I saw on Twitter someone showed the context, bunch of basic names, but she does have just a Jessica, no last name, but the most popular Jessica in Marvel's obviously Jessica Jones, and of course she would I think she would have Jessica Jones' number. If we're gonna, like, I think if she would be friends with Matt Murdock, if we find out that they're actually, like, friends and they're not just meeting for the first time, then I would assume that she may have her number as well, because wouldn't they all probably work together? I don't know. I would think so. And maybe it's just, like, another, like, a little hint being, like, so-and-so might be coming soon, like, type of thing. Because I feel like that's what they, maybe trying to build up to something. The tow truck, though, does end up finally showing up to pick up Jen and her car, which I was really expecting to see it be like night, like I was saying. But it was still so bright out, like, unless it was like a new day, because she ends up going also into this, I guess it's like a sauna, right?
Yeah, they call it a yurk.
Like, she goes into there.
It's like a sweat lodge, for lack of a better thing.
Like, I guess to, like,
You're supposed to go into them, and then, like, they burn these kind of, like, I don't even know what you'd call it, but, like, not really incense, but kind of, I think, something along that line. Yeah. And it makes it like it's like a fire pit. They throw these things on there, and they make it, like, really hot in there to the point where it's like a sweat lodge. And you're supposed to kind of, like, basically hallucinate. Yeah. And they say that it shows you stuff, but I think it's just because you're so damn hot and sweating. Like, you're, like, hallucinating.
Well, she ends up going into there, too, after the group session, and then the car picks up. So I was really was going to, like, be like a night, or at least, like, maybe the sun was setting, not like pitch blackout, but because they don't even reference the fact that she probably maybe stayed there overnight. So I don't know, it was just kind of weird. And then we get a flashback to 3 days earlier, as she's, like, leaving.
Which I didn't know how they were going to do this, because I'm like, so really they're just not going to let us know what happened to this guy or what went on with this guy. And then, of course, like you said, you see it 3 days early.
Yeah, to the night that Josh came over, and we see that he, like, put his phone on top of her phone, and it says, like, copying, so obviously can assume that he's, like, copying the data off her phone. She also takes a picture of her sleeping.
Yeah, that was creepy.
That was weird.
Unless that was just proof that he, like, I don't know.
But so at first, before he texted the hulking, these sets of emojis, a needle, a vial, and, like, a thumbs up, assuming that he got her blood and DNA, I thought maybe he was, like, taking a picture being like, look, I knocked her out. Like, at first I was gonna be like, okay, maybe he's, like, trying to, like, put on a facade to the people, being like, look, I knocked out She-Hulk or something like that, to try to, like, protect her, because maybe he actually did like her. But I don't know. I did say last week that I thought maybe it'd be a case of, like, he actually likes her and then didn't. I still think he may, like, after he comes out, be like, I like you, Jen, or something. Yeah. But I don't think obviously she'll get with him, and I hope she doesn't.
Yeah, I could see that, though, too.
I could see him trying to be like
that old, I'm hired to do something, but then...
Yeah. Which I think, though, if that was fully the case, he probably would have texted her back, but obviously that was also so that she could have this moment at the retreat.
Yeah, because we're assuming he delivered this. We're assuming that he delivered this stuff to whoever wants it.
Yeah,
and that it's all, like, to, borrow a phrase from Kathy Hilton, it's all hunky dory. Yeah, but maybe once he got back there and gave the stuff to them, they have him locked up somewhere, or something.
Like he can't leave.
Yeah, you have no idea. And with these shows, you never know what to expect, and you can't assume anything. That's the sad part.
Yeah. So I came up with 3 questions I thought we could theorize a little bit about, or just kind of discuss. Mm-hmm. So since we're on hulking, I don't know how you say it, because nobody's actually really said it in this show yet. Who do you think it could be?
I don't know. I really have no idea, because I don't know the villains and stuff in this well enough, but...
Well, do you think it could be something that we've already seen in the show, or somebody that we haven't seen yet?
I think it's somebody we haven't seen.
Yeah.
At first I was like, maybe it has something to do with, what's her name? Tiana? No.
Titania.
Oh, God darn you, girl. I thought maybe it had something to do with her, but then I'm like, I don't think so. I think it's going to be, like, more someone like, I know this is for example, and I know I'm going into another realm, but it's the only thing I can think of. I don't think Marvel has anything like it, but do you know remember how Batman used to have the owls?
The Court of Owls.
Like, I have a feeling it's going to be something weird like that.
Yeah.
like a group of people that are like
an underground group.
Yeah, kind of something like that. I don't know if Marvel has anything like that, but like
I don't know off the top of my head because I'm not really like deep into Marvel comics.
Yeah.
Like I'm more.
But
DC
I think it's gonna be
comic
something
reading,
like
so.
that.
So I think it's somebody that we definitely probably don't know. If it is, I've seen a lot of people say that creepy guy from the dates that was like, "Oh, can you get stabbed with the needle and the vibranium?" I think he'd be like a front for it. Like I don't think he's the actual one in charge. Like I think they would manipulate this guy because he doesn't seem like he's
I could see him
fully there. That he would be like, he'd think he's in charge, and then it'd be like somebody else like behind the curtain all along.
I could see him having
like trying to just be like he thinks like he's the face of it, but really. He's not. Yeah. And I think Titania's just there to kind of throw us off because I don't really think she would be doing all that. She seems more like the petty type than trying to be like...
no, I don't think it's her either. I think she's just like a fluff. Like she's kind of fluff. Like just to keep the juices
I think they're
going.
just building her up, and if She-Hulk got a second season, I could see her becoming a bigger threat for a second season. But I think the closest thing that I know is coming to the MCU, maybe somebody like the Thunderbolts is trying to get her... blood to try to like help
or what's her name? Her Valentina Vodka to go do
Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. I could see her trying to get maybe like her blood to give like
I could see,
John Walker like to really boost John Walker up more or something like that to like have
I could see her
make the Thunderbolts real super soldiers. Everybody. That's the only person that I could really think maybe be like obviously like maybe that guy on the date is running it and she's like supervising how I'm saying.
Yeah.
Maybe. As far as Daredevil goes now, do you think we're gonna see him next week or do you think they're gonna save him now?
I think they're gonna at this point I think they'd be stupid not to save him for the finale because you're already like
so close.
So I mean, unless he was gonna be in like it was gonna be a 2-part finale.
I don't think so. I don't think next week's the finale. Like part 1 of the finale.
Then no,
thinking,
I don't think next week.
Well, I think next week's going to be the gala. And
But see, that may be where
I think he's going to show up at the end.
Like
he could be attending the gala?
Because why wouldn't he be attending the gala? It sounds like it would be like a lawyer situation.
Maybe that's why he's there
like
to get a suit. He's like, I'm going to get a new suit and I'm going to go to the gala. So maybe we see Matt Murdock next week.
Yeah, I think.
But we see Daredevil
the following week, maybe.
Yes. Oh, I think that's actually really good. I was just going to say that we maybe like get another tease to him at the end and then we really get him in the finale.
Because there has to be a reason that he's there, and that would be the only reason that he'd be in there.
And it's weird that they just dropped that now. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, why would Nikki just randomly throw that in there all of a sudden?
But she literally did. She was like,
wait, you didn't tell me that. Like, it was
It's very like
it was a little bit weirdly chucked in there. Like somebody at Marvel like just had to add a scene to be like, let's set this up really quick. But I think so. I think it's a really good theory. Hold on to that.
Okay.
Because I think we're gonna come back and
forgot.
You said that you think he's gonna be there for the awards.
I remember now.
Because they also really made a point of saying that she's up for the female lawyer award, making me seem like there's probably a male. But I'm sure you'll see because they love to do the shows where it's gonna be like the female award has female in it, but the actual lawyer award won't mention that it's for a male. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
How those categories do that kind of stuff sometimes. I think that's going to happen. But I think you're right. I think we're going to probably see Matt there for that. And then maybe we'll get like a Daredevil tease at the end. And if somebody says they've seen this in the trailers already, we have not been watching trailers. We don't watch them.
But do you think they're in the trailer?
I don't know. I know people have posted some saying that they've seen little clips of him in the trailers. We don't watch the trailers. Just so you know. And you don't even have like social media like that to really.
No, that doesn't come up on my stuff.
No,
I don't actually get to go on social media during the day.
So see,
my company restricts it, and doesn't.
The only thing I saw on social media was like really quick when we were finishing the episode. I saw someone tweet the thing about they paused to look at the phone numbers, but we haven't even watched that, and we haven't even got to watch New Rockstars Jessica Clemens do her breakdown yet. So there could be other stuff that we missed. And my final question is: do you think there's something fishy going on at Blonsky's retreat? Like, what do you think could be going on?
I really don't want something fishy to be going on there. I really, hope it's like on the up and up, because I think his character wants to be on the up and up, but I don't think that he will stay good forever.
Yeah.
Even with I think he'll find a way around the inhibitor. Like, either he did it with the inhibitor, like he messed up the inhibitor. Ugh. He messed up the inhibitor
On purpose?
not on purpose, but like I think he might have changed maybe, and
Well, the inhibitor should stop him from doing that.
but it was messed up. They said
Yeah.
so. I think whatever he did, he might have. Was he a scientist before this?
No, I
before
think
he
he was part of
became
the
this?
military. Like, that's how they got him into this program.
Oh, he was part of the.
Like, he was trying
I was gonna
to
say
be-
maybe
do
he was
better.
like more a little savvy in that respect, that where he was able to figure out how to manipulate with the inhibitor.
I think he might have just realized that, like, electricity probably would... like, I think he was probably trying to short
Yeah.
circuit it, and, like, he was like, had that guy's sword do it or something. Because it was
But-
really weird that they did that whole sword thing, in my opinion,
Yeah,
too.
because that's what I'm wondering is that like, did he turn? But he doesn't want anybody. But like because you know how he said he can control it.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm thinking. Like, did he turn, but he knew he could control it or something? And not that he scared those guys, but I don't know. Maybe he would do some. I don't know. I don't know where to go with that one, but I think he did. I think he changed. I
Like,
think
do you think the guy short-circuited it, and then maybe he, like, transformed?
I think
and
he.
something
Yeah,
happened?
I definitely think he changed. But I don't want to think anything like crazy is going on up there,
Yeah.
because he seems like he has this set up for like a legit thing.
Yeah.
So I'd be sad if he did.
I think...
I like him better this way.
Yeah.
Because I think he's funnier.
Yeah. It's, like, interesting to see someone
Yeah,
like
he's
that
just-
could so much hulk out and have so much control over themselves and be like, we all gotta be peaceful, when you know that, like, he has entirely destroyed Harlem,
Yeah.
pretty much. But I think right now it's all good. But I am picturing the finale episode. We get a post-credit scene, and it's gonna be Valentina Allegra de Fontaine showing up to recruit him for the Thunderbolts. And I know people are gonna be like, they announced that at D23 and they didn't show him in there. Yeah, because then that would spoil She-Hulk's ending. I think she's gonna have him join, but not in him thinking that he's gonna be like a bad guy or a villain. Kind of similar how she like brought John Walker on, making him think that he's gonna be a hero. This is a chance at redemption. This is gonna, like, you're not actually doing anything bad. You're a hero. Like, I think that's what she's like. He's gonna join in the idea of, like, because that's what he even said in his like trial episode of the first one where Gianna was gonna represent him. He was like, I wanna, like, I thought I was gonna be a hero. I want to help people. So I think that's like, I think all she has to do is probably, I'm sure she has access to the case files to see that he said these things, and come to him at an approach of being like, I can help you be a hero and control Abomination and do things like that. Like, you can help people more than just finding their soul. Like, you can physically help them. I think that's what's going to happen. So, yeah. Because it's just kind of weird, because I know everybody was always like, when they would make their Thunderbolt lineup, they were like, he's in it. He's in it. And I'm going to bet that he probably is. And I think they just didn't announce it because
Her
why
boyfriend?
spoil? Who?
Wait, who?
I think Blonsky's going to be in the Thunderbolt as
Oh,
Abomination.
yeah, well, I always said that.
No, I know, but I think it's going to, like, I think they didn't announce him being in the Thunderbolts at D23, because that would make, you'd be like, wait, okay, well,
Yeah, we'll
what's going to
spoil
go
it.
wrong in this Retreat episode that we were watching today? Like, you'd be kind of waiting for it.
I was waiting for it anyway, but I was shocked
No, I
that
know.
it didn't happen.
Well, because now you're like, oh, and then I think it's going to be a post-credit scene. We're going to see something like how she approached, I think it was a post-credit scene with John Walker, and even Yelena, how she approached them out of nowhere. I think you'll just see her showing up to the Retreat. Like,
Oh, maybe.
Like,
and
like
he uses that as the training center.
well, maybe,
Not that
but I
they-
could
not that any of them really need
Well,
training.
I
but
could see
to
her-
work together as a team, maybe.
or
they
she
need
may
it.
like try to bring him on as the group's therapist, and then have him slowly get roped into more Thunderbolty
Yeah.
things. I could see that, but
Or they could just be connected because of the therapy type thing-ish. Thing.
But I could also see her being like coming to pick up one of the guys and like trying to recruit him, like one of the people from. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, but I weirdly have a feeling that we might get something like that. That's what my guess is, because I don't think it would be something like a post-credit scene if we did get one. I don't think it would be anything being like Daredevil and Born Again, because there's nothing for that show yet. They haven't filmed anything. There's nothing to like really, it's too far out to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Thunderbolts is too, but I think you need to see her going around picking up these people little by little. And I
Yeah.
think that's what we're going to see in all the movies. Like, I think I could see Captain America. She's going to get Bucky. Red Guardian, I think he'll just be there. Like, I don't think we'll see her specifically go and pick him up. Like, I think you'll just start the movie. But you'll have to watch, Black Widow, She-Hulk, and Captain America's movie to know that she went and got everybody else.
Yeah.
And I think we'll see Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's my post-credit scene guess. Is she's gonna pick up Ghost somehow. All right, that's my guesses. Sorry, I just kept coming up with more thoughts as I thought.
More thoughts as she thought.
There you go. Sorry, guys. So that was episode 7.
Yeah,
right? 7.
I gotta go get chocolate.
We'll be back.
Some chocolate.
We'll be back next week to do 8, and then obviously 9. If
you're counting up, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other way.
Well, I don't know. Like, think about it. The iPhones, they didn't do 10. They put X. So, I don't know. Maybe they'll start counting with
That
numbers.
still counts as 10, though.
People say
It's a
don't call
Roman
it the
number.
iPhone 10. Whatever.
No, you don't have to call it iPhone 10, but it technically is 10.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, if you're looking at the Roman numeral, which we all know that's what they did, was a Roman numeral. Anyway, I digress.
We're getting so
I gotta stay focused on the chocolate.
We'll be back next week to cover those two. If you want to theorize as well on the questions that we were just talking about, maybe you had a theory for the Thunderbolt Blonsky thing, like I was saying.
I think I'm going to dip the chocolate in peanut butter. I'm
What
going to put a little bit in a cup and then dip it. Like, make my own Reese's peanut butter cup. Sorry, everyone. Look at how cute Cooper looks. He's got the speak.
What the hell?
That's coughing.
No, that was screaming.
No, that was coughing.
No, it's
No,
a
that's
dog,
a dog
yapping.
barking.
Ew.
I'm saying coughing, you're saying screaming, and it ain't any of the above.
Get
Now,
that dog checked
look at
out.
that cat with that little mic to his head. He looks adorable.
Take his picture. I just posted on Instagram the other day.
We should post these on
We're
the
gonna
story
put this
so
on
that
our
people
story,
know what
okay?
we're talking
So when we put this up, when you're listening to this podcast episode, go look, and I'll make a little highlight for all the pictures of our cats on our stories. She just took a couple pictures of Sissy, but I had to cut out what she said before that because she can't say that word.
I don't think I did. Oh, 2.
Okay, wait, what I was going to say was you can answer our questions in a review 4.5 and up. Hopefully you'll give us a 5-star because she didn't swing her feet around this time. Woo!
No, but
We're
I
so
kept
proud of you.
uncrossing them and crossing them. But
I don't think you'll hear that.
But it was a quiet maneuver because I have a blankie.
Yeah.
So,
Chocolate
time.
Oh, and if
I
you're
get
on
a
YouTube,
reward like a child.
and
see?
if you're on YouTube, you can comment your questions there, your answers there.
Look, when we
and
eventually pull it all together and we put this...
what the hell is going on outside?
it sounds like that's the cart. Anyway, when we get it all together with YouTube, you'll be able to see exactly the shenanigans that is me.
Yeah. We have goals, okay, guys? We have goals, and they're creeping up on us sooner than we thought they would be. So.
Sure, we gotta revisit.
Yes.
Anyway.
That's it. We hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know what you thought of the episode. Follow us on Instagram. We watch it all. We already put our She-Hulk question up already, so you can't answer it. But maybe you can answer it. Just say next week.
Yeah.
When do you think he's gonna show up, Daredevil? All right. Thank you guys so much for
because
listening.
obviously it didn't pertain to this week, so we'll just try it again next week.
Yeah, I'm just gonna repost that next week. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Yes, thank you. You didn't say 4.5 stars.
I did that before while you were talking about
but
the
you
chocolate.
usually say it about 3 or 4 or 5 times.
4.5 or up stars if you're listening to us on a podcast. And like us on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And follow us on Instagram.
And then how about you hit the button so I can go get chocolate? One track mind.
Whoa!
Oh, God, sugars. What are we doing?
I just fell off the seat.
Did this not happen? I know this happened last time because I listened to it.
Can you say it one more time?
Hit the button.